Look, I love a good discount as much as the next person, but we need to say something out loud. We already all know it, but we should say it out loud. Cyber Monday is very dumb. And I'm going to get to the institution. I'm going to get to the premise. But I think most importantly is the name. Cyber is a word from a future we did not get. Cyber Monday is what you would call a sale in a mall in 1998 where the mannequins have wraparound sunglasses. We did not get our neon cyberpunk future. What we got is thin veneers of stainless steel on refrigerators that need firmware updates. But somehow, just as with Black Friday, and I don't even know that anybody knows where Black Friday came from, Cyber Monday is here to stay. It will be the last time anyone ever says the word cyber will be in relationship to Cyber Monday. But that is not where my critiques end. Cyber Monday also does not exist anymore for obvious reasons. I think you probably know this, but I exist in the e-commerce industry. I pay a lot of attention to the e-commerce industry. It matters a lot to me. There's a lot of people who work at Good Store and DFTBA, a lot of creators that we need to make it happen for, a lot of money we need to raise for charity. I think about e-commerce a lot. I've done it for a long time, and I kept seeing this acronym, and I thought it was like an API, BFCM. So much talk about BFCM. I had no idea what BFCM was. BFCM is what today and then the next 3 days after today are called. It's called Black Friday Cyber Monday. We no longer call it Cyber Monday. We call it BFCM. And why? Why is it called BFCM? Well, because Black Friday was a day for like brick and mortar sales, and Cyber Monday was a day for internet sales. But those things aren't different anymore. Everybody shops at brick and mortar shops. Everybody shops online. E-commerce is just retail now. And of course, all of these people, brick and mortar and online, want more days of this giant eventized sale. And by making it BFCM, you also get the days between BF and CM. And let me make a prediction for you as an e-commerce person. I think at some point in the future, we won't call it Black Friday or Cyber Monday anymore. BFCM will escape containment. It won't just be for e-commerce dorks like me. It'll be for everybody, and everyone will call it BFCM because it'll be like cool insider lingo. Though, of course, this may not happen because BFCM is a terrible acronym. Like if it sounded cooler, it would definitely happen. But unfortunately, BFCM begins with B and ends with M, which makes BFCM sound like a complicated bowel movement. But look, I wouldn't put it past us, especially because Cyber Monday is so dumb. So that's my second problem with Cyber Monday. It is not a thing that exists separately from Black Friday because brick and mortar and e-commerce no longer exist separately from each other. But now is where I get into the risky part of talking about this as an e-commerce person, because of course Black Friday, Cyber Monday, BFCM doesn't exist. It's a made up thing, and it is made up by the retail industry in order to create an event that is an important time for shopping. But of course, as with so many made up things, it does exist and is real. Now, the thing that the original Black Friday eventized moment was about was like limited things. There just weren't very many of these cheap TVs in a store, so people had to line up really early to get into the store. And that thing, I don't think could ever really port over to Cyber Monday entirely, but also doesn't really exist anywhere anymore. Of course, if there is profit to be made on a product, retailers want to sell as many of those as possible. Selling out of a product means that you have left money on the table. And one thing I know about Amazon is that they do not leave money on tables. They have armies of engineers and algorithms whose entire job is do not leave money on tables. Now, of course, sometimes scarcity is real. This is especially true of smaller retailers. But if you're Amazon, you know exactly how to tweak your prices so that you sell exactly the number of a product you can sell at exactly the price you want to sell it at. But that is not the end of the weirdness. And it's not the end of the things that I don't like about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The most upsetting part of this from the inside, like the inside baseball thing that is crazy about this, is that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the most expensive week of the year to advertise on the internet. So like your cost per click goes up, your cost per acquisition goes up, your cost per impression goes up like 30 to 50%. It's a big spike. And that costs money. In e-commerce, you talk about the amount of money it costs per conversion. And that goes up. And so like the number of dollars you make goes down because you're spending money to get that sale. And so retailers are losing money on discounts and they're losing money on ads, which means the only companies that are like playing this game in the advertising space either have very high margins or very deep pockets. So there are some people in like smaller e-commerce space that are able to do this in like a direct to consumer situation, but those are products that like normally have very high prices and very low unit costs. But then the really big players in this space course, are big retailers. And they're advertising a lot. And like, I do not understand the economics of how they make it work. I know for sure that many of the products they sell, they are selling at a loss. They are not making as much. They are actually losing money every time they sell that product. I think probably overall during BFCM, they are making more money than they are spending, but like, it can't be by much, because what they're fighting for isn't so much profit during these 4 days. The thing they're fighting for is the share of the spend. They see that there's a certain amount of expansion of the pie that can happen, but also like, for the most part, every dollar that's spent at Amazon is a dollar that doesn't get spent at Walmart. And that's the thing they're fighting for. And this is an arms race, and it actually is good at lowering prices. But the math for retailers doesn't really make sense. Like, we have to be careful at Good Store to make sure that our margin is preserved even with a fairly steep discount, which we do. You'll hear about 40% discounts during BFCM. We can't do a 40% discount. Our whole margin would be gone and we would lose money on every sale. But this is like a prisoner's dilemma situation. If retailers all discounted less, they would all make more money. But if you discount less and your competitors keep slashing prices, then you lose that share of the wallet that you had before. You lose a customer that maybe was previously loyal to you, and they'll go and be newly loyal to that other place. I can tell you as an e-commerce person that these are indeed, and this is going to sound fake coming out of my mouth, these are our steepest discounts of the year. They have to be. They have to be our steepest discounts of the year because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and people are going to be spending money. And since a lot of people are thinking about spending money right now, and a lot of people know what the big discounts are, they're going to be spending a significant portion of their holiday budget right now, during today and the next 3 days. I think I'm uploading this on Black Friday. And so when I say that the current Good Store discount of 25% off every order is our biggest discount of the year, our biggest sale of the year, I am absolutely being honest about that. And I honestly wish I wasn't, because that's a big discount and that's money we don't make. 25% off at Good Store. You can also get so many other things that we have. You can get our soap, you can get our coffee, our tea. Like, there's so much good stuff. And all the profit goes to charity. You can get our eco-friendly laundry detergent or other cleaning products. Oh, this is our best deal of the year, and you can get it at our biggest discount of the year. We have 6 pairs of mystery socks because we over-order the socks for the Awesome Socks Club. But also, you can get the Awesome Socks Club as a present or for yourself. There are so many good deals. Why wait? Good Store. This is so weird because as a consumer, I always feel like discounts are kind of fake somehow. But as a retailer, I know that they're real. I know that they cost money. But I also know that as a retailer, it's very important that we compete on the biggest shopping day on the internet of the year. We have to compete on that day. And so here it is. It's our biggest discount of the year. We have a lot of amazing stuff. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, oh my God, Hank, did you make this whole video as an advertisement for Good Store? Yeah, I did, of course. Yes, obviously. Why wouldn't I do that? We put together very good products I believe in with suppliers I think are very good, and then we give all the money to charity. Yeah, I think we deserve a portion of your spending this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And why wouldn't you indulge in this very bizarre gamesmanship that's going on right now? Because it actually is our biggest discount of the year. It actually is. It sounds fake, but it's real. It costs us money. If you would like to wait so that more money goes to charity, I encourage you to do that. You can buy it on Tuesday, but don't forget, if you want the discount though, if you want to spend less, today's the day, right now, through Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And yes, obviously I wouldn't be making this video if I wasn't the chief unpaid intern of Good Store. I wouldn't even know any of this stuff if I hadn't been working in e-commerce for the last 15 years. And the deals, I've said this, but I want to say it again. They're real. They're like statistically real. We can see it, you know, in internal data. We can see it when, you know, consumer price gathering services on the internet, like, check to see, is this actually a good deal? They consistently show that Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals can usually, not always, but they are usually the steepest discount of the year. And yes, people buying things get better prices because these very large companies are kind of too scared to blink. It's weird. I don't know. Is it going to keep happening? I think it's dumb. What you got to understand as a consumer is that BFCM is both like an artificially created event to eventize buying things, so that everybody maybe does more of it than they otherwise would. But it's also a fear-driven arms race. So you have to be careful not to fall for performative scarcity. So countdown timers are basically fake. They're basically there to get you to buy things that you otherwise would not buy. And also it's important to look at categories where retailers predictably cut margins. So these are products that tend to have higher margins, so you can do steeper discounts. They're electronics, they're toys, they're appliances, anything that Amazon makes itself. These are war zone categories. everybody is sacrificing profit to win customers in those spaces. But as far as my world goes, Good Store is a small company that donates all of its profit to charity. We do not do a complicated Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal. Our BFCM is simply 25% off everything. It's our steepest discount of the year. It's 5% better than you would have got last week. So yeah, I think Cyber Monday is embarrassing as a name. It's really kind of cringe. It's like vestigial. It's an event that is, you know, not like written on a tablet. It was created, but it serves purposes. It's built on fake scarcity, of course, but it's also built on irrational incentives and panic of companies terrified to disappoint consumers. And yet, as a retailer, I see why it's a good idea for me to do a steep discount this weekend. And as a consumer, I see why it's a good idea to buy this weekend. So I don't know how to make it go away. It's like kind of embarrassing for everyone involved, but it also kind of works for everyone involved. So we all might as well let it work for us in the ways that it works for us. And that's my rant on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You want to play Connections? Mickey Mouse, Bug Bite, Happy Meal, Barbie, Dream House, Lottery Ticket, Glad Hand, Rinky Dink, Merry-Go-Round, Cherry Blossom, Trivial, Sunny Side Up, Calamine Lotion, Vinyl Record, Flamingo 2-Bit, Your Head. What? I got nothing out of that first go-around. That's trouble for Uncle Hank. Glad Hand, Barbie, Dream House, Vinyl Record. I don't like the double words. They always mess with me. 2-Bit, Rinky Dink. Oh, okay. I did see Rinky Dink and I was like, it's probably like Rinky Dink, Trivial, 2-Bit. My wife is texting me. Oh, she just sent me Connections. She got blue first, everybody. She said, I didn't like it, is what she said. Happy Meal. Okay, what's my fourth one here? Flamingo, Your Head, Sunny Side Up, Calamine Lotion, Merry-Go-Round, Barbie Dream House, Happy Meal, Bug Bite? No, that's not a word for insignificant. Bug bites suck. That's annoying. What is it? What's the fourth one? I don't know. Is trivial even right? Like Rinky Dink and 2-Bit, they don't mean the same thing as trivial. They mean like cheap versions. But I don't see anything else here that means cheap version. Vinyl Record and a merry-go-round go in a circle. Anything else like that? Flamingos are pink. Barbie Dream House is pink. Cherry Blossoms are pink. Calamine Lotion is pink. Okay. Maybe. Like the other thing I saw was like branded stuff, like a Happy Meal is branded, Barbie Dream House is branded, but like it would say McDonald's Happy Meal if it was like gonna be, doesn't reflect the same as Barbie Dream House. But like that's not working. They're all like differently shaped. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. I mean, I think that pink stuff is one of them, and I don't see any of their pink things. Lottery ticket, you buy it at the store, it's cheap, it doesn't cost a lot. Your Head? What's your head? Shouldn't have had so much caffeine, you guys. I'm buzzing. I mean, merry-go-rounds and vinyl records are round. And a sunny side up egg is round, but doesn't say sunny side up egg. It says sunny side up. Well, what do we do when we got nothing? Except for one, we guess it to make sure that we're not fooling ourselves, even though I'm sure that this is not the purple, and I hate that for me, but like that's the green. So there's something easier, which makes me think that it's Rinky Dink and Trivial and 2-Bit, and I'm missing one. I don't think it's Bug Bite. We've got a lot of double words. Glad Hand, Mickey Mouse, Rinky Dink, but Rinky Dink isn't it. I'm gonna guess that this is it, but doesn't mean, like, 2-Bit doesn't mean the same thing as trivial, I feel like. But like that's, Rinky Dink and 2-Bit are so obviously the same thing. So let's leave those blanked out. Mickey Mouse, Happy Meal, Merry-Go-Round, Sunny Side Up, Glad Hand, Vinyl Record, Your Head, Bug Bite. These all start with synonyms for like happy, merry, sunny, glad. Okay, well, we're taking risks now, so let's go for that one. That's the purple? Catherine got the blue first, which is making me mad. What did she see that I don't see? Okay, Rinky Dink, Trivial, 2-Bit. We've got a lottery ticket, a vinyl record, a Bug Bite, Your Head, and Mickey Mouse. Those have nothing to do with each other. We got 4 guesses. We could go with these 4 and see what happens. Either we get it right, or it'll tell us that the Rinky Dink category is correct. One of these is the yellow. That's really pissing me off. It's the Rinky Dink Trivial 2-Bit. It has to be. That has to be the yellow. But like, is there just a phrase I don't know? Not lottery ticket. Well, here we go. Okay. So it like Bug Bite is the closest to me because it's like small, right? So I mean, it doesn't matter if I get yellow first. So rinky-dink trivial 2-bit bug bite. That seems to me like it. Nope. But it is one away. So that is the category. And it's not bug bite. So that's a nice thing. So I have a pretty good chance of getting it here. Because I know that those three are in it. And I know that bug bite isn't, because that didn't make as much sense. But like, it is a small thing, at least. So is vinyl record? No. Is a lottery ticket a trivial thing? That could be. Is your head a trivial thing? No. Like, maybe that's a phrase. You know, it's like, it's just a lottery ticket or something, and I don't know about it. No. Okay. If it's not vinyl record, then I can get it. Right? So like, Mickey Mouse or your head. Your head is not a trivial thing. So maybe Mickey Mouse is a weird phrase I've never heard of. What? I can kind of get on board with trivial being in that category. In the yellow. So it's like small time. It's like a rinky dink. It's a 2-bit band. But trivial doesn't really mean, like, it doesn't really mean small time. But Mickey Mouse, where did that come from? The AI already knows that it's a connections problem. Mickey Mouse is big time. He's a huge deal. He's one of the biggest deals. How does Mickey Mouse mean small time? In what century? Created in 1928 as an adjective meaning small and worthless, petty, and inconsequential, was in use by 1951, perhaps from the popularity of cheaply made Mickey Mouse wristwatches. It was used by 1935 in reference to mediocre dance band music based on the type of tunes played as a background in cartoon films. When did it go out of use? Because was it 1956? My God. Holy crap. So what are these? What are this? This is the one that Catherine got first? What do these things have in common? That's what I should have tried to figure out. I should have spent more time trying to figure out. What do you do? What do you do to a bug? They're things you scratch. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't mean for this to be such a fucking labor of Hercules, but we're done. The Black Friday Cyber Monday deal. You're not getting a special discount. This is the steepest, just because you watch the connections. This is, again, the steepest discount we do all year at good.store. It's available. We are probably going to sell out of some stuff, but I don't know what we're going to sell out of. I will say we have compression socks that I designed. These are my designs that I made myself. There's another pair. They're right here. And compression socks are really nice gifts for people who stand up a lot at work or who otherwise might need compression socks. And they're good. And they're made by a company in my town called Vim and Vigor that make high quality compression socks. They're a legit place. And they're a great partner. And I'm really happy to be working with them. And you can get those 25% off